Recap of RSL's match against Brøndby, stadium updates in anticipation of Messi and company, player arrivals, exits, rumors, and the buzz around the riot. All that coming up on Boot Room 801. Welcome back to the Boot Room, everyone. My name is Giles. I'm here with my co-host and wife, Kayla.
Hello!
We're just going to jump right into it today. We've got a match to go over, and I'm excited to get to it. For everyone who may not know, we're currently in the middle of preseason. RSL's playing in the Atlantic Cup. It's in Portugal. They've been playing the last few matches in Faro, Portugal. We had our first match was a friendly against Randers, where we had a 2-1 victory with goals from Dominic Marchuk and Tyler Wolf. This last game was against another Blitzer-owned club, Brøndby. So we'll just jump right into it against this Danish Superliga opposition. Kayla, do you want to go over our starting 11?
Yeah, looks like we had a pretty similar starting 11 to the last game. So in net was Cabral, and then in the back we had Yedlin, Glad, Engel, Kaliskan, Ruiz, Marchuk, Luna, Masalis, Gozo, and then our unnamed trialist.
Our unnamed named trialist.
And then Henry was subbed in at the half for Justin Glad. And then after the 60th minute, we had a full switch up.
Full overall.
So we had Steidehar, Philip Quinton, Junka, Wolf, Marquez, Moisa, Katranis wore the captain's band, Hezarkani, Booth, and Peel. So it's good to see that Peel was back, and we'll talk more about that too.
Yeah, it's good to see him back with the group. It's a pretty promising group that we saw there.
Yeah.
Going through, we really had our first strike start off at the 10th minute with Pablo Ruiz winning the ball in midfield. He springs Diego Luna loose with a nice through ball, and then Diego puts it into space on a cross over to our named trialist at the top of the 6-yard box, who puts it in the back past our beloved Gavin Beavers.
Oh, miss him. Good to see him, but...
And I tweeted this out during the game. I said, "Oh, it's good to see Gavin Beavers. I hope he has a good day, but not too good of a day."
Exactly.
Yeah. So.
But he did look good.
He did look good. Just this was too good of a setup from Luna. Our not named trialist put it right in the back. There must be some reason that we're not using his name yet, because he's got a name on the back of his jersey. If you go back and watch the recap, you'll be able to see who it was. But with him being listed as a trialist, we're going to respect the wishes of the clubs and keep him not named now.
For now.
It was really just a nice ball win from Ruiz to trigger that whole run of play.
Mm-hmm. Ruiz also started everything, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was his ball win.
Yeah.
That really set that off. We had another chance shortly thereafter to make it 2-0, but we squandered that. The ball did not go in, so that was a little disappointing. But Gavin Beavers was having himself a time. Unfortunately, in the 24th minute, Brøndby equalized on an absolute gift. Just a very rare break of concentration from Cabral.
Yeah, he passed it. It looked like he was trying to pass it to Kaliskan or whatever, but it ended up passing it directly into the feet of the attacker.
Yeah, it just went right into, and I'm gonna butcher this pronunciation, but Slish. I don't know his last name. I'm sorry. I don't. Whatever your language is, I don't speak it. Obviously, he's a former Atlanta United player. Yeah, so he takes advantage of the errant pass from Cabral and just chips it over his head from about 20 yards out to make it 1-1. Really just uncharacteristic from Cabral, a really ugly mistake, but hopefully it's just knocking the rust off.
Yeah.
But like you mentioned, that going in at halftime, we had the adjustment of Kobe Henry coming on for Justin Glad. Still looking at that back three lineup, which I'm really liking so far.
Seems to be working pretty well.
Yeah. I feel like it's a lot more clear this season what everybody on the pitch is supposed to be doing. So it's resulting in less
Frantic
confusion.
energy.
Yeah, less confusion.
There's not as much scrambling.
Yeah. Then in the 60th minute, there was just a wholesale change, like you mentioned, where we swapped out everybody. But it took us until the 82nd minute to get ourselves ahead. We had Sam Junka, who won the ball and just put it absolutely into space for Katranas. From one end of the pitch down to the other, and Katranas is able to just meg Gavin Beavers.
Yeah.
I love Gavin Beavers, but I was very happy for Alex to get that in and to get us a win.
It was a one-tap shot too. It wasn't even like he tapped it in. He didn't stop it at all. It just was a one touch.
Yeah, he didn't have to really do much on that
It
ball
was
other than just
beautiful.
let it bounce and just tap it through. So it was a really, really good setup with Junka just putting that outlet into space for Katranas, and then Katranas just having that mind to know exactly what he wants to do with it and put it past our former keeper. Fun notes about this match: we saw some debuts for preseason. We saw Luka Moisa coming in for his first match of preseason, and for anyone who's not aware, he is an academy product. He's now
He's
on
a U17.
Yeah, he's on an MLS contract now. And then we had R.A. Puyol, who had several good chances, looked really good out there. He is back with the club after playing in the AFC U23 Cup with Australia, so we're happy to have him back. We have a few injuries to keep in mind after
Hopefully
this game and going into our next game, but we had 3 injuries that kept some pretty familiar players from getting any playing time this.
Yeah, hopefully, like you said, knocking that rust off. But Anelli had a knee injury, Berea with a quad, and Griffin Dillon with a hamstring. So hopefully, it should be sorted out by Friday. Stretching and that good old coastal Portuguese air.
Yeah, but it's a pretty good start off for preseason with back-to-back 2-1 wins over Superliga opponents
who are in mid-season form as well.
Yeah, that's going to be something that we really should take into account, the fact that they're not in their preseason. They're in the middle of things. And Superliga is a decent league, ranked a little bit above MLS in some rankings, but we all know how subjective those are and how they tend to have a pretty anti-American bias. But
yeah,
we are looking pretty good so far against that kind of opposition. We'll see, I think, a little bit more of a true test with the match coming up. As of recording, it's tomorrow, so it's Friday, January 30th at 4 in the morning. We're taking on FC Dallas. And before anybody tries to set their alarms, there is no stream for the Friday match. We'll have to hopefully get a good recap of that afterwards, but there won't be a way to watch that game. After the match Friday with FC Dallas, the team is going to be returning to Utah. Should be back here late Sunday, February 1st. And then we have some more preseason action coming up with Orange County SC. We're playing them on Saturday, February 7th. And then a preseason match against Galaxy Friday, February 13th. So happy Valentine's Day to us. We get to play the Galaxy, who seem to have been busy this offseason. We'll see how they stack up.
Yeah. Then our MLS opener.
Yeah.
That very next week, Saturday, February 21st at Vancouver. And then the week after that, the last Saturday in February, is the home opener against Seattle. Didn't we have the home opener against Seattle this last year too?
I think it was.
It was with the Riot Tifo.
Yeah, yeah. For those who don't know, that was the Tifo I designed. So that was fun for me to see. That one started off with an own goal from Seattle, huh? Wasn't it Nuhu?
I think so, yeah.
Nuhu put it into the back of our net. So for a brief moment, the highest scorer on our team didn't play for our team. Anyway, so Saturday, February 28th, when we're all back at the Riot, it'll be great to be with everybody again. So I'm looking forward to that. So we'll be there in the North End. So don't be afraid to stop by and say hi. I'll be one of the guys with the flags in the North End. So if you see me, feel free to say hi. Kayla's going to be with me too. So just come and say hi to us. We'll probably have my mom with us too. So that'll be fun. RSL's a family affair for us here. With the North End, there's some updates there as well. Kayla, do you want to talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, there was a Deseret News article that had a little blurb about the seating with the Inter Miami coming up and the demand for tickets and things. So to read the little blurb from there, in 2026, Real Salt Lake will welcome Lionel Messi and Inter Miami to Utah for the first time. The team has already experienced an unprecedented demand for tickets to the match, as the Deseret News previously reported. While the team can't guarantee Messi will play, it feels bullish about the chance, according to Kimball. We know that Messi wants to play as much as he can before the World Cup, and then we'd also heard from the league that he's really trying to earmark and focus on games that allow him to play at altitude and allow him to get into the best shape that he can. To accommodate the ticket demand for the Inter Miami match, 2,000 seats will be added to the North Concourse of America First Field. The two-level seating will be left up for the entirety of the season and will be similar to the scaffolding seating used at Black Desert's PGA events, according to Kimball. Quoting Kimball, it says, I actually think it's going to be awesome because it'll be out of the sun. Potentially we'll have some heating in it. It'll be protected from rain, and so I think with some of our early season games, it'll be a nice addition to what we're doing to the building, he said. In addition to the extra seating, America First Field will undergo some renovations, beginning with enhancements of the stadium's west side premium areas and moving the employee offices out of the stadium. There will be other phases that are going to be happening over the next couple of years with some really exciting things happening with the Miller Block and with Real Salt Lake America First Field, Kimball said. The fan experience is a priority for the Miller Company, according to Smith, who acknowledged the entertainment production that live professional sporting events have become. Sorry about that. She noted how the additional seating will make the stadium louder and increase the energy felt during RSL games. The company is looking to do the same with the Royals, including possibly shifting the seating to create that same energy. We're really challenging our marketing and game experience team to continue to stretch in how we're connecting with the fans and creating traditions and just enjoying the experience even more.
Yeah, so it should be pretty interesting. I've seen some of the pictures from the PGA event that they mentioned there down at the Black Desert course, and some people I've seen some comments of saying that it's ugly and they're not really happy about it, but I don't think it's that bad.
It's also temporary until they figure out a permanent option.
Yeah, and I've been saying that I want that side to have some more sun protection for a while.
So I'm happy about that part.
Yeah, so I'm cautiously optimistic about it. If it's like truly an eyesore, then that's going to be a bummer because it'll be up there for the whole season. But
It
2,000
didn't.
extra seats isn't bad. It's never a bad thing to have more seating. It's just, can we fill those seats?
Hopefully, with the new rumors and things like that, and with people coming in, maybe with Messi, that'll kind of give us the excitement for the team. But I also wonder if they're gonna, because it says that it'll be up for the whole season. So I'm wondering if they're starting to put them up now in preparation for the home opener.
Yeah, we'll have to take a drive by the stadium and see what they're doing.
Yeah.
With that seating, it brings up to me an interesting point of what the future of the field is going to look like. They mentioned that they're moving the employee offices out of the stadium. They're moving them across the street to the Miller Tower. So that to me says that they're probably going to be using that space for some premium seating stuff, which, we don't really like to talk about premium seating, but it does bring in like revenue for the club. So
Mhm.
I'm not morally against it. But if it prices out the regular fans, that's when I start to have an issue.
Yeah, maybe, but the thing too is like if we're adding more seats, then it keeps allowing for the season tickets and for more opportunities for more people to come and enjoy the games.
Yeah, and hopefully for temporary seating, those will be pretty cheap tickets. So maybe that'll bring in some newer entry level fans who've maybe been on the fence about giving the experience a try. With it being in the North End, it's going to be around us. So again, if any of you are new going into there and need help finding things,
Look for the flags.
yeah, look for the flags. Like, we are more than happy to help any new fans find what they're looking for. And for the experienced fans, if you just want to come over and just complain about stuff, we're also down for that too.
And happy things too.
I'm just looking forward to being back in the stadium. Honestly, that's just
It's Giles' happy place.
it is my happy place. It's my
It's my happy
favorite place
place
in the
too.
state, and I am just looking forward to being back inside the stadium and being around all of you and being around the riot. It's gonna be like a breath of fresh air.
Shall we talk about rumors since that's going to kind of impact how many people come and see us, and hopefully the rumors of entry people arrivals are going to
Yeah, so let's
help
let's
us
talk
with
about
wins.
let's talk about what's been confirmed first. So first, some happy news. Victor is with the club per his Instagram. Victor Olatunji is in Portugal with the
Mm.
club, so we could potentially see him starting in tomorrow's game against FC Dallas. So hopefully that is something that we'll hear happened. Stein, we did get confirmation. It is Stein Spearings is how you pronounce his name, and he is officially with the club. He's been announced, and everything is finalized. He is part of RSL. And my favorite part about that deal is the transfer fee. We got him on a free.
Got him for free.
Yeah, so I am very happy about that. Me that makes me excited because we got a good player for nothing. So that's always a good thing.
Which is
But
probably why we had so much more in the budget to get so many more people as well.
yeah. And speaking of freeing up some budget, we had some noticeable exits that happened last week, within the last week, and
that are truly confirmed. We
truly
talked about them.
We talked about them last week, but they are official. Rowan Cruz had his loan terminated. He is back with Ludogorets officially in his tenure with RSL. Looking back, it's really just it's kind of disappointing. He had one goal contribution. He had one assist in his entire tenure with the club and 0 goals. But like I said, he's back with Ludogorets. They announced him early. Uh, Ludogorets does not care about things uh, that MLS clubs and Botafogo, who is the club who owns his contract, they care about things like registration guidelines. Um, but Ludogorets does not care about trivial things about legality or professional courtesy. Also, Diogo Gonçalves' contract is bought out. We've not sold him to anyone. We just decided that it was more worth our money to send him packing than to keep him around. Across 46 appearances with the club, he leaves us with 6 goals and 5 assists.
Kind of disappointing as well. Like, he was supposed to be this huge hot shot and just did not produce at all.
Just 2 big swings and 2 big misses, I feel like, on those DPs.
Yeah.
Like, I respect them for trying, but man, if you are brought in to score goals and
Score goals.
yeah, scoring and creating chances should be your top priority, but neither one of them really lived up to that. So hopefully going forward, our newer players can capitalize on the opportunity that they're being given.
Mm-hmm.
So with those rumors,
there's 3 new guys.
3 new rumors. As of this morning, we've had some news on them, but nothing confirmed yet. We have Morgan Gilavogi.
We had to look up how to say that.
Look up how to pronounce that one. But according to YouTube pronunciation guide, it is Gilavogi. So Morgan Gilavogi. The rumor was first shared by Tom Bogart on January 23rd, with the deal reportedly being around $5 million. He'd be a DP attacker, kind of a replacement for Rowan Cruz. He has 21 caps for Guinea. He has so far underperformed at his current club of Lens, but before that,
he had 2 good other ones.
Yeah.
With his other team.
Yeah, he had an excellent outing with Paris FC in the 2022-2023 season with 22 goal contributions. He had 18 goals and 4 assists across 36 appearances.
That's a goal every other game.
Yeah. And then he followed that up with St. Pauli being a kind of crap team from Bundesliga. And in 2024-2025 season, he had 7 goals, 4 assists across 27 appearances. So he has a history of decent numbers, but with Lens, I think he's at 1 goal contribution so far for this year. So not too great, but I think that speaks more to Lens's system and how he fits into it rather than a reflection on him as a player. And I think pulling him out of Lens is going to be better for his career.
At least let's hope.
I've said it online in several places, but I feel like it is a square peg in a round hole, and they're just not utilizing him the way that he really should be to get the most out of him. But we did have an update on him this morning. He's supposedly passed his medical test, so he's supposedly here in Utah. And then the deal is going to be for around 5.5 million euros, which would be about $6 million, which puts him pretty far up there for uh, pricey players. So that's encouraging to me that the Millers are willing to spend like that.
Yeah, definitely better than in
And then we've got another
young guy.
another young guy coming in. Is Juan Jose Arias. And I am so sorry for my pronunciation. I do not speak Spanish, so I'm doing my
Sounded
best.
right.
I hope so. But he's a 22-year-old Colombian. He's coming in for around $2 million.
Allegedly.
The buzz. Coming in on a 3.5-year contract on a U22 spot. So that's good that we're getting that spot filled. He plays center back. Currently, he's playing at Atlético Nacional in Colombia, which coincidentally is where the moron who must not be named, who broke all of our hearts, is being sent from San Jose.
Yeah.
For those who don't know, the 3.5-year contracts, you'll see this popping around within MLS. It's because of our weird transfer windows. So because we have our windows that don't quite align with the rest of the world for now, that is changing in 2027.
Yeah.
But for now, it puts half years into our contracts. So if that looks weird, that's why. But it's not going to be a thing after 2027, hopefully.
But it looks like he's pretty good. He's pretty good center back. Young, so got a lot of energy, which will be good. We have a pretty seasoned center back line right now, so having some young blood with him and with Kobe Henry, I think will be good.
Yeah.
A good combo with everyone else.
Yeah, I'm excited to see a young player come in who can really learn from players like Engel, players like Glad, and it's going to be a good thing for our center back core overall, and to have a strong center back core with us moving to a back three, because we all saw, was it 2 years ago, that when your center backs start going down, the whole ship sinks.
Yeah, we had to get PQ. We had to get
when everybody was injuring their hamstrings and knees. And
I think Anelli was in the back for a little bit. I think it was just all over the place.
We had Marcelo Silva and Eric Holt both out from hamstring injuries in practice. It was just the whole wheels fell off our defense that season. So it's nice to have some depth at quarterback, at center back. Wrong kind of football.
And then our other rumor.
Yeah, our last rumor that we've got is Juan Manuel Sanabria, which for some of us might be a familiar name, seeing as he played against us in the Leagues Cup last year.
For San Luis.
So he is a 25-year-old Uruguayan. Again, I'm doing my best. He currently plays at San Luis, like we said. He plays left back. And he, in this season, has 2 goals and 5 assists across 22 appearances in all competitions. And he has 3 senior national team caps for Uruguay. From what we gather, he has a serious chance of being on the Uruguayan World Cup team.
He did have a goal for Uruguay last year, too, in one of the friendlies.
We're still kind of getting information on his deal. We had some reporting on it this morning, but it sounds like that may have been either misinterpreted or misreported. Initial things had it of being a $7 million transfer fee, which would make him the most expensive signing in RSL history.
That'd be a little wild.
Now we're kind of having some dust settle there that it looks like that $7 million number could be the transfer fee and his wages for the year combined, with the transfer fee being more in the range of $2 to $5.5 million, depending on who you ask at this point. So some people saying that it's around the 2, and some people saying it's $5.5 million. It makes a little more sense for it to be lower. If he's a $7 million signing coming in, that's solidly a DP signing, and that kind of goes against what we've heard from the club. There was the interview earlier this week with Kurt Schmid talking with Spence Checketts on ESPN 700.
To fill the second DP slot until summer, so we gotta wait for the next one. Yeah. I think they're probably waiting for a little bit more time to find the right DP that they want, and
probably just to align with international transfer windows as well.
Yeah.
So that we can get someone when it's like the right timing for them and they're not coming in the middle of their season.
Yeah.
Because that's something that is one of the reasons why MLS has chosen to change their schedule, is to move away from issues like that, where you have
Where we're losing people mid-season, we're gaining people mid-season.
yeah, so it's less attractive for an international player to come in when we have to convince their team, hey, give us your guy who's good in the middle of your season rather than
Yeah.
at the end of the season or in preparation for the new season.
Yeah.
So it'll be nice to see that kind of sync up a little bit more. But for now, we are holding on to, according to Kurt, holding on to our DP spot until the summer. And that kind of, to me, that makes sense, especially like after summer. Like when the summer window is happening, it's going to be after the World Cup. So there's going to be a lot of
Buzz.
movement happening around there based off of who performs well in the World Cup. Speaking of that, we've got potential
our
exits in the summer as
U.S.
well.
cap player.
Our U.S.
Our U.S. men's player, Diego Luna, with his transfer rumors.
Yeah.
But RSL is not interested until the summer window, but they are expecting and interested in the summer window.
Yeah, so that hurt to see.
Yeah, but he's a 22-year-old who is doing so well that it's to be expected.
Yeah, we can't hold on to him forever as much as I wish we could, but that's the business of soccer.
As of right now, there are 2 clubs that have expressly shown interest, being Espanyol and Celta Vigo. I think both of those are La Liga.
Yeah, they're both La Liga teams, so likely in the summer we'll see Diego leaving to Spain. I'm still, like, if he's got to leave, I'm kind of hoping that he goes to Italy, goes to play for Roma, which is my favorite international team. So selfishly, I wanted that so I can still continue to cheer him on.
Yeah, we'll still cheer him on no matter where he goes.
Yeah, it'll be nice to have like a star coming out of RSL, and hopefully he can establish himself in Europe when he goes. But that is if he goes.
Yeah.
So
it all depends on the World Cup. It depends on how he plays in the first half.
Yeah.
If he continues on the trajectory that he's on, this is what we're expecting.
I see it kind of likely, especially if he gets good minutes.
Yeah.
But if he balls out, then he's gone.
Yeah.
But if he struggles in the World Cup, then maybe we don't see him struggling.
No.
He's gonna do well. It just depends on the competition in his position. We'll see what happens with that.
Yep. Been quite the active transfer window, though.
Yeah. Looking at these guys coming in, we've got
6 players.
6 players coming in. It really feels, at least as far as I can remember, this feels like the most active transfer window that we've ever had.
Definitely better to see more people coming in than leaving.
Yeah.
Because it felt like we were like hemorrhaging for a second.
Yeah, it felt like we were just having a fire sale on players and getting nothing back. But it's really encouraging to see ownership allowing the club to make these kind of moves. Like we talked about last week, that Jason Kreis feels that beyond a shadow of a doubt, the budget that they've given the club is more than enough to be competitive. So we'll see how that actually pans out with the players that they're choosing. Because if these guys come in and they ball out, then that really gives credence to what Jason Kreis was feeling and really scores points for everyone who's still in this organization. But if they come in and they suck swamp water, then that shows that we either have a scouting issue or a coaching issue.
Yep.
I'm hoping that it all goes well, because I don't want to see anybody get moved on from. This is an unpopular opinion, so be prepared. I like Pablo as a coach. I think tactically he needs a good
tactician.
Yeah, he needs a good set of assistant coaches, just tactically, because he's a vibes guy and he's a motivator coach. But if you've got someone who's good with tactics paired with him, then I feel he has a very high upside. So I'm pro Pablo. We'll see how I feel at the end of the season. Hopefully that ages like a fine wine and not like milk.
Yeah.
Looking at what RSL has done, not including Sanabria, where we don't know his numbers yet, if all of these deals that we have going on, if we have Juan Jose Arias coming in, if we've got Morgan Gilavogi coming in, and then with Lucas Engel coming in and Stein Spearings coming in, that would put us at about $8 million spent this window, which I think is the most we've ever spent in a single window.
Not bad.
Not bad, and like I said, it really
It's
speaks
promising.
volumes to what the Millers are willing to put into it and how ownership is viewing the club.
Sure.
I know a lot of people have said it in the past, but I feel like we've had an ownership issue consistently.
Mm-hmm.
Either just a lack of belief or a unwillingness to spend.
Yeah.
So nice to see that kind of be in the rearview mirror. We'll
Speaking
see.
of how everyone feels about things going on and how we feel about moving forward.
Oh yeah, we put out a survey
On X and on
Instagram. We put out a couple surveys actually, just two. But the first one we asked y'all with preseason how we performed in the last two matches. We asked if how you're feeling, if you feel encouraged, cautiously optimistic, or if preseason doesn't matter or you're worried anyway with how we performed. As of recording, we have the results of that survey with we have 14.8% of y'all thinking you're pretty encouraged by this. 33.3, so exactly a third of all of us feel cautiously optimistic. With
that was where I'd put myself.
Yeah, I think cautiously optimistic, especially where we put the survey out before most of these rumors dropped.
Yeah.
But 29.6 said the preseason doesn't matter, and 22.2% are worried anyway. So jury's still kind of out. Kind of seems like we're on the fence of we're cautiously optimistic, or that preseason just doesn't really matter in the first place.
I think preseason gives you broad strokes. It doesn't give you exactly how the team is going to go, but it gives you broad strokes into how the team is feeling and how, I don't know, kind of like we were talking about with Marchuk last week, that you can see that he's starting to finally get his vibe. He's starting to feel a lot more confident in himself, and you can tell that he's enjoying the game again. But seeing things like that, seeing some of these really new players that we don't normally get to see, and seeing how they would come in, even if they're not going to be a starter, being able to see them as a sub or how they would fit in the Monarchs and moving up to the first team. I think that's where I get cautiously optimistic about the preseason.
And I firmly disagree with the preseason doesn't matter group. I think preseason does matter, and we've seen that it matters. Where, when players come in mid-season, we saw it with Chicho, we saw it with Andres Gomez, we saw it with
Diogo and Rowan.
Yeah, when you come in, I think Diogo had a preseason.
No, he
didn't.
came in.
He came in the summer too. When they come in without a preseason, they struggle because the preseason you're with the club. It's where you see bonding start to happen. It's where people start to gel and get chemistry together, and then you see that reflect on the field. So I think it's like you might hold the opinion of preseason doesn't matter, but the data disagrees with you. Sorry, 29% of you are wrong. Preseason does matter. So I think we have some good indications of what's going to happen, and it gives our young guys a chance to bond with the older guys as well
and learn from them.
Yeah, and really open up the pipeline a little more. We get to see people like Griffin Dillon get a shot playing for the first team, and doing well because he balled out in his game. So hopefully we'll get to see him ball out on Friday, or at least hear about it. I'm still sad that there's not a stream.
You're not waking up at 4 a.m.
For RSL, I might.
Or staying up till 4 a.m.
That's the more likely one. But, no stream, so we won't get to watch it. But hopefully we'll be able to hear about it, and hopefully there'll be some sort of recap for the game.
Our second survey was about the transfer activity and how you guys feel about how the ownership is doing with transfers. So we gave them an A, B, C, and D.
Yeah, so I went with A plus because I was like, I wanted to be a little bit generous for the people who think that things are going incredibly well.
Perfect.
But across Instagram, it was a lot more on the positive side. Instagram had 29% were A plus, 71% were a B, and there were no C and D votes on Instagram. Looking at X or Twitter, whichever you prefer, I don't really care either way. When I first was looking at this, when we started recording, we've gotten more votes in since then. So go with the live numbers. Looking at X right now for A plus, 26.9%. For B, exactly 50%. C was 17.3%, and D was 5.8%. And just to be clear, we're doing that on a letter grading system. Just under 6%, they're feeling that the Millers don't know what they're doing and the transfer window has not gone well. So, I mean, I vehemently disagree with that, where we've seen so much movement, we've seen so much spent. I think that they're doing pretty well. I would say that I would put myself in the B category, where I feel like they're doing some solid work.
That's what I would put myself as well as B. I think pretty solid. Obviously, like I would love to see a flashy signing, but
yeah,
it's also the World Cup year, and so there's a lot of clubs that aren't going to want to get rid of their players because they don't want to try and switch things up at the like before the World Cup.
Yeah, a lot of these players aren't going to want to change things up too, because they don't want to be joining in and learning a new club team system and then going off to compete in the World Cup, where you've just got so much going on in your mind. I feel like that's why Diego Luna's not really interested in a transfer right now, is to keep his mind focused on playing well for RSL, impressing, and then getting onto the national team.
Yeah.
But I liked what he said about it when he was asked, and I think it was during media day, where they asked him what if he was preparing for the World Cup, and he just said no.
He said he's preparing for RSL.
He's all in on RSL, and then he'll do the World Cup when it comes. So I feel like a lot of players have that kind of attitude. But looking at that survey, that's an overwhelming majority on the positive side. With I'd say 50% of the fan base is ranking you at solid work and giving you a B in your first real like transfer window. That's not too shabby. So, and I feel like that's kind of where they are.
Yeah.
Is in that B territory.
But getting their bearings.
We'll see how that is by the end of the season. That could change. If Gilavogi comes in and puts up his Paris FC numbers, like if
it might be A plus.
Yeah, if he comes in and puts up,
it could be A plus or it could be D.
Yeah, if he puts 18 goals and 4 assists across the season, then I'm gonna raise my appraisal of the transfer window. But if he comes in and puts up 1 goal
or 1 assist like Rowan,
yeah, if he pulls a Rowan Cruz, then my rating for the Millers will go down. But for now, I'm giving them a solid B.
Yep, sounds good to me.
Yeah, we did have one question come in from social media. We have a question about our formation. So with was it Sanabria coming in, or Sanabria, sorry, coming in as a left back. Person says, our preseason games we played a 3-back system, and Katranis has consistently been one of our best players. So why do we need a left back? And I have seen some people worried that, oh, maybe we're going to be moving on from Katranis. I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think that's the case. What I see, and you can jump in and tell me that I'm stupid if I am, but I think we're going to see more of a Junka transitioning into the center back core as either a rotation piece or fighting for the starting positions. And I think we're going to see Sanabria and Katranis kind of fighting for the minutes on the left back position. And
and I think that helps too, because it gives much more of a forward like a left back that can go all the way forward, which is the way that Katranis likes to play. It's the way that Katranis Katranis loves to go up that field and
Yeah.
score the goals and things like that. Junko likes to play in the back. Junko likes to kind of be more in that back position, and I think that us changing the way that we're doing it, it allows for that to happen. And if he's balling out that much, he's not gonna be able to ball out for the full 90 minutes every time. To be able to have an impact sub, to be able to have someone who can come in and fill the slot when he's not able to, is very important.
Yeah. And we heard from Pablo talking about how they specifically called out our wingbacks were tired last year, and they said it. They were vocal about it.
Well, and Katranis got injured because of it.
Yeah, it was tiring for them. So I feel it's more of a shift in formation rather than moving on from any players. But I am excited to see Katranis and Sanabria fighting for those minutes because you always see the best come out of an athlete when they are competing with someone who is the best.
Oh, for sure.
So
when they're both competing to better each other.
Yeah, like how do you get to be a faster runner? You start training with someone who's faster than you. How do you get to be a better fighter? You start fighting with someone who's better fighter than you.
Yep.
So if you are constantly competing at a position where someone like one day might be better than you, or on another day you might be better than them, but you're pushing each other to be better, I am very excited to see that happen.
Yeah.
So I love Katranis so much, and I feel like getting him that level of competition is going to be really good for him, and it's going to raise both of them up. And then also, not to disparage Junk at all, because I love him as well.
And I think that he did start doing that, of pushing Katranis.
Yeah, and I want to see more of that coming from the center back position.
Yeah. I feel like the center backs got pretty complacent the last little bit of like, oh, I know I'm in my spot.
But I want to see a lot more of that competition, and Junka brings a very like calming presence, I think, to that back line. So I like that. And then we saw it pay off in the Brøndby match, where Junka settles a ball, steals that ball, boots it down the field to Katranis, and the two of them link up on the field where they would never be able to before.
Yeah.
So I am very excited to see that pairing happen a lot more of a Junka to Katranis passing lane.
Yeah.
So I'm very high on it. So I don't see us moving on from Katranis. So I hope that answers that question, at least our opinions of it.
Yeah.
Because obviously we're not connected with the team, so we don't know for sure.
What? I thought I was in charge.
Yeah, I wish. I mean, that's my opinion on it. So
same.
Yeah. So I'm just looking forward to having games again. I'm so happy.
Sure.
I'm gonna be very emotional when it comes to the home opener, like I am every year. I'm just gonna be happy to be back in my home with my friends.
Yep.
So
that'll be good.
It'll be good. Reminder for everyone that home opener match is gonna be on Saturday, February 28th. If you see us in the North End, please come say hello.
Have they put out the time for that yet?
Probably.
5:30.
5:30?
Yeah, it's 5:30.
Oh, we've got weird match times again this year. Well, 5:30. We will see you all there. We also have the season opener on February 21st. I know there's a few different watch parties going on for that one.
We'll put those on our socials.
Yeah, I know for sure that the RSL Bros are doing a watch party at Kaye, so that's one that you can go to if that's close to you. RSL Random Fan Podcast is putting on another one. I'll have to double check where that is. It's in Murray, but I forget the venue off the top of my head. So we'll put that on social media and shout them out. Also, two fantastic podcasts if you have the time to go and listen to them. Also, the Royal Riot podcast, also awesome. So just want to shout out our friends because they're very fantastic people and they've been very helpful for us getting started.
Yeah.
So thank you to all of them. And then thank you to all of you for listening. And we will see you in the next one. Hopefully you'll have a great week.
Go RSL.
Yeah, go RSL. We'll see y'all next time in the boot room.
Okay, bye.